Cyril Ramaphosa is one of the most inconsiderate men I have ever seen in my life. I was so disgusted when I heard him spewing some of the worst kind of nonsense, even for the ANC.
In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport.
He has the audacity to say this after everything that has happened in this country, after everything we have all seen with our own eyes. He has shown how he does not care for the life of the average South African. Listen to this rubbish.
We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport.
It was this year that we saw Chidima Adetshina almost usurp the Miss South Africa title using dodgy papers. Throughout the year 2024, just like many other years, we have seen our Nigerian brothers show no respect or love for our people. Time after time, we see them trade drugs on our streets and destroy the lives of South African boys and girls, our men and women. The drug dealers I know and see in my neighborhood are Nigerians. Everyone knows this to be a fact. There are countries that have tried to be nice to Nigerians only to reverse their decisions after seeing the effect of being nice to this country and its citizens.
Members of the Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs have raised concern of what they say are inefficiencies in the passport office of the Immigration Directorate in the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The MPs who recently visited Uganda's foreign mission in Asia and United Arab Emirates on matters of accountability said in China, the police have arrested 9 Nigerians for alleged criminal activities, including illegally holding Ugandan passports.
And the concern was also again sounded by the Ugandans in the diaspora, the way non-Ugandans are acquiring passports. And we found that about 9 non-Ugandans of Nigerian origin had our passports.
But what we're saying, how do these people get passports? That's the only issue. They get passports illegally. And in bulk.
This is not xenophobia. It is not xenophobic to mention that the bad Nigerians have created a bad reputation for the rest of the Nigerians. It doesn't matter anymore that they are also good Nigerians. My experience has been that they are too far in between. These are people who are brutal in their business practices, remorseless and destructive in their pursuit of money. Look at the damage that they've brought into our country without visa requirements being relaxed for them. Now imagine how much worse it will be with relaxed requirements. Ronald Lamola was interviewed and asked to clarify what the president was trying to say regarding the issue of not submitting passports, and this is what he said.
The president was speaking about there's no longer a requirement for passports if you apply for this tourist visa. What does it mean?
Yes, and that's what I clarified earlier on, Adrian, that is the initial stage of the application for a visa. For example, as I've said, if you do it online, it may be difficult to submit the passport. But once the visa process has been approved, your visa, there is still a requirement for the tourists to submit the passport in our mission there in Nigeria, to then be able to be the passport to be stamped with the visa and for the person to then travel. The president was speaking of largely the process and what informs this aspect. Therefore, we are providing the details of that, and I believe also Home Affairs will be able to further clarify and give certainty to the travelers from Nigeria.
What kind of a dull answer is that? Why would it be difficult to submit a passport online? Why? You scan your passport and send through the PDF of your scanned passport. We then have to take that submitted scan and verify that it is a legitimate passport. What is so difficult about submitting a passport when applying online? Seriously, imagine the logic. We have to process the visa and approve it for you before you submit the passport. How does it make sense to go through the work, like all the work, and then at the final moment ask for the passport? Guys, do you see what I mean when I say that the country is being run by fools, crooks, and degenerates? President Cyril Ramaphosa and his cronies are clearly very, very sick. The way I see it, this is about some other dirty deals going on underground. There is no way that Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC do not know that South Africans are unhappy about the Nigerian problem in this country. There is no way. Who does not know that Nigeria has been behind the rise in drug circulation since 1994?
South Africans are planning to shut down their country because of Nigerians. Anyway, this is why. Let me explain.
We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa.
So if you remember, a few weeks ago, the Nigerian president Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to South Africa after he finished his meeting in France. Let's forget about that one. Let's focus on South Africa. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, went to South Africa where he had meeting with the South African president, and they had a lot of understanding or agreement between South Africans and Nigeria, where South Africans said that they will ease the visa process for Nigerians, that in fact they will not give you 5 years visa with no condition or with lesser strict condition, so that Nigerians can be able to do business in South Africa freely. In fact, South African president also promised that they want more goods, more Nigerian products in South Africa. They want more Nigerians to do business in South Africa. Anyway, South Africans do not like that. So South Africans are planning to do a total shutdown protest in South Africa because they said that their president is selling them out and they don't want more Nigerians in South Africa. According to South Africans, they said that they don't even have enough job. They don't even have enough accommodation. That a lot of Nigerians that are in South Africa are already taking their jobs, taking their women, taking their accommodations and all that. That their president is now opening the border or opening or making it easier for Nigerians to come in more. So South Africans are now trending Ramaphosa must go, which is their president. So they want Ramaphosa, their president, to leave office because he's trying to open way for more Nigerians to come into South Africa, and he wants Nigerians to be able to freely do business in South Africa. So anyway, South Africans, relax, no be fine. But first of all, why must Nigeria or why must any African country even need a visa to another African country? That is a question you need to ask yourself. Africa is one continent and we should not even need a visa to another African country. But welcome to Africa. Africa Unite might be far from us.
So the people on Twitter are proposing that we have a national shutdown after Cyril Ramaphosa announced that announcement on Nigerians, and they are proposing that we have it tomorrow, or we just have it to compel him to resign as the president of South Africa. Do you think that is viable, guys? Because at the end of the day, the people that can only remove Cyril Ramaphosa is the National Assembly, and looking at this government of unity, do you think they will vote him out? I don't think that they will vote him out. I don't think PA will want to vote him out. Then how does he get to be voted out? Do you think the national shutdown will be enough to compel the National Assembly to cast or to do a vote of no confidence and actually succeed?
President Ramaphosa, it's about time to leave now. It's about time to leave the office. He's done. Mr. Ramaphosa never loved South Africans, particularly poor South Africans. He never loved, he never cared about poor South Africans.
South Africa has issued a clarification after President Cyril Ramaphosa's recent remarks on visa for Nigerians were misinterpreted by some quarters. Speaking in Cape Town on Tuesday, December 3rd, when he hosted Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, President Ramaphosa said his country had made efforts to create a favorable environment for Nigerian business people traveling to South Africa. In his statement, Ramaphosa said, qualified Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa, adding that tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without submitting a passport.
Hello guys, my name is Golden Boy, and sometimes I feel very sad for both these two countries, Nigeria and South Africa. So for a long time I've been seeing these flights between Nigeria and South Africa, and I believe that this thing is going to take us nowhere. But at the same time, let's take this position where you want to welcome your neighbors, that is Nigerians in your country, but your fellow South Africans end up being jobless. Your fellow South Africans end up being killed. Your fellow children in South Africa end up being dragged by drugs. Your fellow children in South Africa end up being jobless, or they end up dropping out of school. Reason is because they are involved in fraudulent activities. And this is the reason why the South Africans have decided to boycott Ramaphosa by telling him that he needs to step down or retire or resign out, because he is someone who is portraying to never have ever loved South Africans. Now, take a look at this position. Here in Kenya, we also have our president, Ruto. And we have seen the way he has been going long ahead with the Gen Zs in Kenya. And this is something that has been taking on for a long period of time, where we have recent had abductions, femicide, a lot of things the government are doing are opposite. And is someone who is not, I don't know if he's willing to work for Kenya. So look at this situation. Our president Ruto went to United Kingdom, and United Kingdom, you all know that they really hate their government, where they usually end up even burning their city just for the government to not pass certain bills. Now, our President Ruto went to United Kingdom, and he told their Prime Minister that there will be 326,000 new Kenyans who will come to United Kingdom just to work there. Do you know what happened? The United Kingdom people went ahead and did the same almost the same thing to what has happened to Ramaphosa. So this means that as much as we want we want to unite, there are a lot of hatred amongst our Africans. But this is being skewed because of the bad manners these people are portraying. And like the video said, the first woman said, he said that we no longer care if there are some of the good Nigerians. We want to label them the way they are. Because even in Uganda, you'll be shocked that these people getting these visas. It is very shocking activities and brilliant one. So Nigerians are people who are out competing, who are, I don't know, they want to they want to make money very fast. And there are some people who can go ahead and do something illegal just to make money. Okay? And they have a lot of money here in foreign countries. So illegal immigration, I think, should stop. Everybody should just sign and go the right way. Even in United States of America, people are also complaining about illegal immigration, where people are infiltrating in United States illegally. And to go ahead, this current government used to accept them because they thought that these people are going to vote for them. And they will end up the government will end up feeding them, leaving alone these working citizens in America. So there are a lot of negative impacts about illegal immigration, and this is something that has been going on for a long period of time. So the most affected country is South Africa. You all know that South Africa was colonized lately. They gained their independence lately, and through this gaining independence lately, there are a lot of development. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of good things. Like when you go to South Africa, they almost portray what United Kingdom and United States are. Like when it goes to employment, when it goes to industries, when it goes to infrastructures, which I believe majority of Africans don't have these such kind of infrastructures, and that's why you'll find that Nigerians are really fleeing out in South Africa in droves. Leave alone those ones. They are also going into illegal. They are also doing illegal mining. Recently, their government also caught people, and they were portrayed to be Nigerians who were doing illegal mining. So look at this position. There's a lot of negative impacts of these Nigerians making South Africa a bad country, because there is currently high crime rate in South Africa. There are a lot of people who are using guns to rob people in South Africa. Believe you me. And this is what South Africans have decided to say, that they don't want any Nigerians living in their country. Whether you are good or bad, they only want you to live in the country if you have a legal document. I didn't have much talk about this. I was just giving you summaries of what is currently happening in Nigeria, in South Africa. And yes, the South Africans are protesting. They want their country back. They want their country back, and that no one should control Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa should listen to his people. See you in another episode. My name is Golden Boy, and I believe that you'll continue subscribing to this channel.